Hi, Redaktiv here, and time for episode 25 of All the Mods 8. Bow bow! How are you doing? I'm doing great. Today we are going to do a little bit of power. I'm going to show you what I've done since last time. We're going to start with Botania, and we're going to start with bees. And starting with Botania equals ElementalCraft. So let's go and take a nap first. Turning night into day. Turning night into day. Yes. I have done some power since last time. I have added some solar panels. These are the hardened one. I made harder ones because of the space. I think the most efficient one is to make just the basic, if you have the space for it. Because the basic is made out of 3 starter. These generate 220 and these generate 60, so that's the same amount. 3 times 60 equals 180, and that's more than a hardened one make. Then 3 times 100 is more than 200. 3 times 200 is more than 400. 400 times 3 is more than 800, and 800 times 3 is more than 2000. So the starter and basic, you get more power out of them than making the upgrades. But if you have limited space, then you can upgrade, and I went for the hardened one. I also added a few more wind generators, and in fact I think I'm going to upgrade my knob. This is not sun and wind from power. We can see that we got sun and wind from power, and sun and wind from mechanism. And these power some random machines. The mechanism machines are the main ones, but then I also use it for my wireless charger, crafting essence over at the mystical house, and for the baby separation at the animal farm. I've done a little bit more. I have automated my reactor, so now it's full all the time. I have, oh, it's over here. I have extended my refined storage network with a network receiver and an exporter. I have also made an flux network, the reactor network, and I've got the energy queue backup network, because the reactor can generate 250k, I think, and that's more than a cube can output. So I made 2 separate networks for them. I have no use for the power yet, but well, I've got it. And I made a lava network. So now we have a few different flux networks to use. I made my first thermal series machine, the fluid encapsulator. You can use this one to concrete. You put in concrete powder and you get concrete block from that, and you don't have to do that manually. And I used a lot of concrete in my bee build that we're going to see. I haven't got any suggestions yet, so Robert still Robert. But I've started with Botania. I've made a shortcut to the Botania greenhouse over here. I've got some ordinary plants set up here. I made a petal apothecary, and I made a pure daisy so I could get some living rock. But I don't have that much flowers. If we go into Botania, I only got a few of the colors. I went searching mainly for the white one, and I got some others on the way. I have a lot of mana steel, 16 ingots, or 17. I've used one, and that's from loot chests, and I also got some overgrowth seeds from loot chests. So we need flowers. I'm going to plant them in here to get the flowers. But how to get the flowers if you don't want to run around searching for them? Well, ElementalCraft. In ElementalCraft, there is a shrine, and that's the wild growth shrine. It grows flowers and other stuff using water, and you can add an upgrade, the mystical grow shrine upgrade, and then it plants mystical flowers instead. To make this one, you need a couple of petals, and you need a mana steel. But I don't think it would be that difficult to find a mana steel in a chest somewhere for you. And then you can find some flowers. I have had this one running for a while, and the shrine is in here in the middle with the add-on, and then some water. And this is generating flowers, so I think I have a lot of flowers here. And I got a lot of the tall ones, so I can plant them. You get the more petals from each then. So I'm going to harvest this and see if I can get all the colors and plant one of each tall one in the Botania house. And then we are good to start with Botania for real. That was difficult. So next episode we're going to do some Botania things. We are going to look at a way to generate mana. We are going to make a lot of pure daisies and plant them here and get some living wood and some living rock. So that will be nice, but that's next episode. Now we just started it, and to get the flowers we used the ElementalCraft thing. Oh, I'm going to go back because I want to make some sacks, and I think I've planted them over here. Yes, got some supplementary flax. I have one over at the ElementalCraft station, and I store some tools in it. I'm going to use them to store bees in, because I think that would be nice, and I keep forgetting I got that one. So we're going to do bees. Bees is a generating mod, just like mystical agriculture, so it will be a little bit cross between them. Some things that I need a lot of, like redstone and iron and sort of that, I will have both a bee and a mystical agriculture thing. and I will do all the modium and vibranium and unobtainium in bees. So I built a beehive a little bit out in the water. It's located over here. Bees are entities, so if I would add them here, it may add too much lag. So I made a separate place for them. So this is my beehive. I've got a warp plate back to the ship. I also got one to my end room, and I got one to my nether room, because some of the nests are supposed to be in the nether. I think the obsidian one should be in the nether too. No, the end. And some of them are supposed to be in the nether. Oh, my kitten. What's called? My kitten slippers took some damage. I got a few nests in here. So, to get everything started, you need to find some nests. You probably will, because the easiest one to find is the wooden type. So when you're cutting down trees, you will find nests. And sometimes you get a bee inside of them. You can make a nest if you remove the R like that. If you use a birch log and a wooden sword, you can make a nest. So I have made a lot of the nest that I haven't found. If you find a nest, you can wait for the bee to fly into the nest, and then you can harvest the nest and it will keep the bee inside. If you find a nest without the bee, you can make a treat. You can make the honey treat. The easiest way is to make a honey block. Then you get 4, or you can use a honey bottle and a honey comb to get a honey treat. And then you right click with the treat on the nest, and it will start to count down. And after the countdown is done, you will get a bee. I've got a diamond bee flying around here because it's growing up. It was just a baby when it spawned. I think it's maybe an adult now. Yep, it's all grown up. We're going to use that one in a little bit. So I have a few nests set up here just to show you what I did later on. Then when you get the bee, you can make a cage. This is easy to make. It's just a couple of wood blocks and a honey bottle. These cages will be destroyed when I right click in the world, because then the bee will be put into the world and the cage is destroyed. The sturdy bee cages that I haven't found a recipe for, I have found these in different loot chests, won't get destroyed. I'm going to move this and place the bees in sacks because that would look nicer. But I would think I would do that off camera or do it and show you it later. When you started to get bees, you can breed them. You can breed them in the wild, Or you can use a breeding chamber, and the breeding chamber is the easiest one to use. I've used it. I have my bees in cages. So you put 2 bees inside here, and it tells you will get a blazing bee. Then you add a cage to that one, and a flower and a flower. It's not always flowers, but in this case it's flowers. And after a while, quite a while, you will get a blazing bee. So now I have a blazing bee. You can look up how to breed the bees by searching for them. So for instance, the rancher bee. You get the rancher bee from the sweat bee and the lumber bee. The lumber bee you get from yellow carpenter bee and green carpenter bee. These are the 2 most common bees, I think. The bees are in different categories. So if we take a look in here, we got bees. Can't see all the bees because it's empty. But there are some different kind of bees. You got the solitary bees. These are the ones you find in nests. They can't usually produce stuff, I think. So if we take an ashy, so there is no information here that it creates anything. It needs a flower sometimes, and you can use it to breeding. The resulting bee, in this case the copper bee, you can use in a beehive to get a comb. You can also use it for breeding, and it needs copper blocks as flower. So the solitary bees are not for getting resources, but for breeding, and you get them in your nests. Some of them in the nether and end, and some of them are a little bit harder to get, and that's why I kept this setup. There are 2 bees, the nomad and the neon cuckoo bee. That's a little bit different. The nomad bee will lay its eggs in nests belonging to the ashy mining bee. So I added 4 sand nests because that gives me a chance to get an ashy mining bee. When I did, I kept it, and if I didn't get an ashy bee, I killed it. Well, and I added a new treat, and then I got some ashy bees. And you need the flowers because the ashy bees is going to go out. Ooh, oh, flower, go pollinate the flower, go back into the nest, and when it comes out, you get a percentage chance that it will be the nomad bee instead. The neon cuckoo bee works the same way, but instead of the ashy bee, it's the blue banded bee. And the blue banded bee can only spawn, no, it can't, but in acacia nests, the only spawn you can get is the blue banded bee. So the acacia nest is the best one because you're guaranteed a blue banded bee. If you use an oak nest, you will get carpenter's bees all the time. So I got this for the blue banded bee, and I got a neon cocoon bee out of that. There are a couple of other bees that I have set up in here. Oh, I got one flying around. Do I have, I think I have a cages in here. And now it went into, now it's over here. And that's the some bee. The some bee will spawn in an advanced beehive with an expansion box on top in complete darkness. So these are the tinted ethereal glass because they block light. So I set up 4 of these to get the zombie and the skeletal bee and an occasional mob. So I got 1 skeletal bee there. I'm going to tear this down because I already got the skeletal bee and a zombie, but you never know, an extra bee. These are the treats, and you need some flowers to breed. So that's how getting all of the basic bees. Find nests, add traits. For the nomad and the neo cuckoo, you have to use these seeds, getting the blue banded and the ashy. And you need the flowers. And to get the skeletal and the zombie, complete darkness, 1 of each. Expansion box, advanced beehive. So, well, this is my bee build. We can take a look at from the outside. This is what it looks like. It's bee cell shaped, very nice. So I got a middle section here for doing stuff, and then I got the side sections for adding my advanced beehives. I got some power set up. I got a nitro thermal generator up here. It generates 2000 FE per tick. I think that will be enough. So this is my first 2 beehives that I set up. This is a one with ordinary bees. You need a lot of honeycombs, and you need a lot of honey for all the recipes. So I recommend doing this the first. Getting some regular bees and put them into a beehive. Over here I've got a few quarry bees. I got 5 of them. Quarry bees are very nice. They can they give you chips, and they give you chips from whatever they are using to pollinate, and they can use any stone, dirt material. So I planted some rooted dirt because I wanted that, and there is no easy way to get it, I think. And I added some clay. So if you like a biome, we go stone, and it's hard to get because you can't make it. You can use the quarry bee to make more of it. So I added those. I can access the barrel from down here. So I get honeycombs and some honey bottles. Those are the only 2 beehives I have added at this moment. So the plan is to get to Olemodium and the other Olemodium types. So if we go and take for all the Olemodium bee, we got it down here. To make the Olemodium bee, we have to breed an ancient bee with a withered bee, and you need a couple of flowers. The withered bee, I have already made that one, and that is a skeletal bee I got that from my dark beehives. And you feed it a wither rose. You right click it with a wither rose in your hand. And then the skeletal bee will turn into a withered bee. To get the ancient bee, we are going to do the same with our diamond bee flying around here. But we're going to feed it a block of netherite. I didn't get this to work, but I think that because of the diamond bee being a child, so now it's grown up. And I can take a block of red netherite. And we are going to feed it to the diamond bee. And I hope we will get an ancient bee. Yeah, we got one. Then we take a bee cage and catch it. So now I have an ancient bee. And I have my withered bee somewhere in here. That's why I'm going to use the sacks instead, because it's easier to find the bees when they are in their cages. So there we had the withered bee. So if I put the withered bee and the ancient bee, I will get the Olemodium bee, and then I need a flower for each and a cage to catch the new bee. And you see the heart here started. So in a little while I will get a Olemodium bee. All other recipes, these have not been destroyed, and I hope they won't when doing the Olemodium bee either, so I can breed them. If I want, I can breed them so I have 5 of each. And then I can add advanced beehive with the Olemodium bee. The Olemodium bee uses, let's see, you can get the Olemodium comb. You can use the Olemodium bee to get the Unobtainium bee, and now it doesn't use flowers. And it uses Olemodium blocks as flowers. But I have a lot of Olemodium blocks already. So great. I like bees. It's very nice. You also can use the beekeeper things from Firm and Serious. They protect you from stings. The only problem is they will remove all my hearts if I eat, while I haven't got this equipped because it adds max health. So I have to eat a lot after using it to regenerate my health, but that's okay. I've added a no soliciting sign to remove all the wandering traders because they were everywhere. And you can add a teleport deactivating thing for the ender bee because they can teleport. Not when they are in the cage, but when they are out in the free. Good suggestion for that maybe is the mod grinding utilities. Here you have the ender inhibitator inactivate for entities up to 8 blocks away. So you can take one of these and put in the cell for the ender bee if you're going to use them to get resources. Let's see, are we having fun? No. I think you can speed this up. but I haven't made any add-ons. Here we have the upgrade base. You can get productivity, increase the productivity outcome. That's nice. You can make things speed up. You can put babies in this one. No, that's a machine. There are some upgrades. Over here you got the butler. You can put bees in bottles. The centrifuge we are going to do the next episode. The centrifuge is for getting the resources from the combs. There is a generator. You can generate energy from honey. You can catch bees and put them into cages. You can put babies in this one and make them grow up faster. There is a gene index. The bees have different genes. These withered bees, productivity, weather tolerance, behavior, endurance, and so on. You can gather genes from them and make new bees with different genes if you want to. I don't think I will mix with that much. And you got the breeding chamber that I've used. And we got our first Olemodium bee. Nice. To get the next Olemodium bee, the Vibranium one. This one is the most important one because I don't have that much of the Vibranium bees. From the comb, you can put it in a centrifuge and you will get maybe a Vibranium nugget. It's only 10% chance, so you will need a lot of combs to get Vibranium. To get the Vibranium bee, you will have to breed the ancient bee. We have one of those. And the draconic bee. I've got a couple of those. But you need the draconic dust instead of flowers. And the draconic dust you get from draconic combs. So I will have to add a couple of draconic bees or one to a beehive and start getting the combs for that one. Before we can do the Vibranium bee. Over here, I'm going to add some bees. I'm not sure if I will have one of each bee in a beehive working, or if I will have some chosen bees to work. Maybe I will have more than one beehive with the Olemodium bees. I'm not sure. And I will have some kind of display of the other bees because you can put them into glass bottles and show them off. And this is how the lower layer looks like. So that's what I have done so far with bees. We have got the Olemodium bee. High productivity. Nice. Well, I think that is all for this episode. We have done some bees. We have started Botania, and we have finished with the power mod. Done the last, we did some solar panels. So more bees, more Botania next time. See you. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye bye.